going to do is washing the doll wigs with conditioner in the sink. And this is basically to get them back to their really soft and smooth texture. And I'm going to be doing this on my Caroline's wig. Now this is her original wig. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know I switched her wigs out because, yeah, it looks like this. She's also the first official American Girl doll I ever had. This is currently the wig she has on. It is blonde and curly and super thick, but I've seen so many other people's Carolines with the original wig, and I'm missing it. So I'm gonna try to fix this one. So again, this is what it's looking at right now. I did start off by spraying some water and brushing out just to fully detangle it. It wasn't that tangled anyway, but this is still pretty much what it looked like in the beginning. So now I'm gonna go to the sink and try to wash it. Okay, so I started out by getting the water to room temperature, and then I would just kind of dunk the wig in the water and brush through it, and then I started adding in conditioner, and I would let the conditioner set for about 20 minutes and then rinse it out, and I repeated this process quite a few times till I felt like the hair was back to being as close to new in box as it could be, and like how soft it was. And I really also focused on doing the ends, since that typically is the part of doll hair that gets the driest. Again, I can't quite remember how many rounds I did, but I'm pretty sure it's between 3 and 5. So now I took the wig and began to brush it out as well as I could. It was not tangled at all at this point, and then I just cut off kind of the ends that were extremely dry and that wouldn't really be able to be fixed. And then I started putting these foam rollers in Caroline's hair in an attempt to get the curls back. I originally started doing this size curl, but later you will see that I switched to a smaller curl in order to get them to stay, because I found that that was more effective. Okay, so it's the next day, and I've let it sit overnight, and it is now almost 1:30, and I did take my steamer earlier and just steam it a little bit to see if that'll help too. But now we're gonna see if it actually curled, which I don't really know, so let's find out. Kind of. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. That one kind of worked. Not as good as I would have liked, but I think that's also because the hair is still super dry. But it is not as dry. Okay. It is working. So I wonder, maybe I put them back in and do them for longer. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud. It definitely kind of worked. So if your doll's hair is in better condition, ooh, that one was good. Again, if your doll's hair was in better condition than this Caroline wig was, okay, maybe I do smaller pieces of hair.
it didn't really work. But this is what it's looking like. It is definitely looking better. The ends are still very dry. And all around the wig is still dry, but I mean, I did use heat on this wig when I was little, so I wasn't expecting it to be perfect. But maybe I'll use a smaller curler and recurl them. Or maybe I'll just mess around. I'm gonna put this in time lapse and just kind of mess around with it, and we'll see.
Okay, everyone, so it has been about 6.5 hours since I put these curls back in, so now we're gonna take them out again and see how well they did. I guess I'll start with the bottom ones. I did smaller curlers this time to see if that'll help. Okay, I think her hair is just not going to be as long as it once was, but I think they can work with that. Oh. You guys don't quite understand how exciting this is. Smaller curls is definitely the way to go. Oh my gosh. I was thinking about putting the wig back on Caroline before I took these out, because I feel like it'd be easier to get on. But then I was like, well, what if this doesn't work? Then I need to switch the wig again. Oh no, but it's working. Oh my gosh. This has been 12 years in the making, everyone. Maybe like 11. Because her hair was ruined in the first year that I had her. So, yeah. But this is awesome. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. I have never done anything like this, especially to this extent. Wow. I do clearly need to fix up the top a little bit because these are like kind of going crazy, but that's okay. That should be easier to do. I just need to kind of make them all the same length. I might brush them out a little bit. Just like with a comb or even my fingers. But I'm just kind of afraid to touch it. So they are curled to the right instead of the left, I think, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to grab my Caroline and put it on. So next, I'm going to also try to fix my Josefina and Grace's hair. The only problem with their hair is that it is super dry, and so I'm just going to try washing it under room temperature water with conditioner. So I started with Josefina and I got her hair wet, and then took some conditioner and put it in, and then let it sit for 20 minutes, and then I did the same thing to Grace and just waited. And then while the conditioner was also sitting in their hair, I just combed it out real good so it would be detangled. And then 20 minutes later, I come back and wash it out, and I repeated this process about 3 times for each doll, I think, just to get their hair nice and soft again. So here are the finished products. I am very happy with how it turned out, especially Caroline, because even the people at the American Girl store when I was younger told me that there was no way that her hair could go back to how it was. And is it an exact replica of how she originally looked? No, but it's pretty close. The curls aren't perfect, but I think if I mess with them a little bit more, they'll be even better. She's also just doesn't have as much hair, obviously, as when she came in the box, because she's over 10 years. Well, all these dolls are over 10 years old. And yeah, these are some of my first American Girl dolls, so I still like that they don't look new in box. I like that they still look like they've been well loved, but it's kind of hard to tell the change in Grace and Josefina's hair, but it is extremely soft. Josefina's hair I can actually brush through now, and I'm just really excited to do hairstyles and stuff on her because that's something I haven't been able to do in like 10 years. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, seeing me test out these hair restoration hacks, I guess. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!